No party has done this.
With Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi's refusal to acknowledge the Congress's hand in the riots and refusal to offer an apology.
हमारे को अभी तक इंसाफ नहीं मिला, इसको माफी मांगने में शर्म आ रही है।
आज राहुल गांधी प्रधानमंत्री की दावा करता है, पहले अपने हाथ धोने के साफ तो कराइए।
Rani Kaur saw her husband and brother-in-law being killed in front of her eyes during the massacre. She came to this resettlement colony with her 6 children after her family was butchered and her house burnt down. She is still haunted by memories of that horrific day.
हम घर में छुपे हुए थे, वो बंदे मारने वाले जैसे आए, जैसे छुरा चाकू से जैसे मारा।
Babu Singh also fled from Trilokpuri, one of the worst affected areas. After 10 members of his family were murdered, he has been in the forefront of the campaign to get justice and is enraged after reading Rahul's statement.
राहुल ने पहली बार माना है कि 1984 में हुए सिख विरोधी दंगों के कुछ कांग्रेसी नेताओं की भूमिका रही थी। कुछ कांग्रेसी नेताओं को इन लोगों के लिए सजा भी मिली। ये टोटल गलत है।
Now he says he's lost all hope.
देखो, उम्मीद की जो किरणें हैं वो अब तो डूबती जा रही हैं। 30 साल हो गए हैं, कई मर गए।
Papi Kaur and Dalbir Kaur were 15-year-old when the riots happened. They say even 3 generations later, the effects of the riots can be seen. There is rampant poverty and young kids are turning to drugs.
बच्चे नशा करते हैं, नशे के कैप्सूल खाते हैं।
3 decades after the 84 riots, for the widows of the massacre, the festering wounds of the riots still survive. In fact, statements like these by politicians only add up salt to their wounds. For them, even 30 years on, there is no sense of closure or justice. With camera person Arjun Singh in New Delhi, Meenakshi Upreti.
The big question, will the 1984 riots remain a permanent blot in the Congress's record of governance? That's our big talking point tonight. Joining me now, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Congress Member of Parliament and spokesperson of the party, Seshadri Chari of the BJP, Harvinder Singh Phoolka, senior lawyer who's really been fighting for justice for the 84 victims, Ved Marwa, former Commissioner of Police who was there in that period, Harto Singh Bal, columnist, and Sanjay Suri, a London correspondent who's in Delhi in 84. He was one of the reporters who was reporting from the streets of the national capital. Appreciate all of you joining us. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Rahul Gandhi says, and I quote now, that the difference between 84 riots and 2002 riots is that in 84, the government was doing everything to stop the riots. Can you please tell me today, 3,000 Sikhs died in what I am going to call a one-sided pogrom, not a riot but a pogrom, and Rahul says the government was doing everything to stop the riots. How do you explain this?
Let me explain very quickly. Firstly, the Congress has consistently for 30 years treated this as a very, very black spot, a terrible incident. There is no question of justifying, condoning, defending. Secondly, we have attempted to heal the wounds to the best of our ability. The Prime Minister has apologized, the President of the party has apologized, and there has been reconciliation. Thirdly, we believe that there are miscreants, there are individuals who have done wrong, and some of them may well be congressmen.
Yes.
But to suggest that collectively, as a government, as an entity, as a state, there was any intention of betterment is totally wrong.
So
the crucial differences are twofold. Just let me come here half a minute,
yes.
Rajdeep.
Yes.
First, for the first and only time in history in India, the Supreme Court transferred en masse all the Godhra cases out of Gujarat to Maharashtra. That was a vote of confidence, no confidence in the state as a whole in being able to dispense impartial justice.
Not all cases, sir. That's being economic with the truth. Several cases, not all cases.
One large bunch of main Godhra cases were transferred from the trial courts of Gujarat to Maharashtra. Let's be accurate. Did not happen ever in 84. That's one difference. Difference number 2 is that the riots happened the same day of the death. And of course it was terrible and inexcusable. But in this case, after the Ram Sevaks were clearly murdered,
yes,
3 days on the written advice of the collector that please do the rights in Godhra,
yes,
Mr. Modi's administration, contrary to that advice, brought them to Ahmedabad, had a public postmortem, handed over the bodies to VHP, and thereafter the riot started. So there is an element
can I correct
of state collusion and complicity which
Okay.
is missing. It is not to justify either.
Sir,
Please don't misunderstand me.
Dr.
It is
Singhvi,
reprehensible But the point is that one person has apologized at the Prime Ministerial and the party level, the other person walks out of a TV program and asks to apologize. And people are asking why Rahul Gandhi didn't apologize.
The reason
what kind of equality is this? What kind of balance is this?
So the reason I'm saying is that there are two facts. One is that Mrs. Gandhi dies on the 31st of October. The riots start from that night, really pick up from the next morning, go on for the next 2 days. That is the truth. November 1st and 2nd. Now, it cannot happen. 3,000 people of one community cannot be killed in targeted violence unless there is some culpability of the state. You cannot ignore that. Number two, you cannot ignore that in the middle of November, Rajiv Gandhi passes a statement that when a big tree falls, the earth shakes. You cannot ignore that. Number three, and importantly, Dr. Singhvi, you cannot ignore the fact that only 28 people were convicted of murder charges in 12 years. Not a single senior congressman who has been charged has been convicted in this period. While in Gujarat, whether you like it or not, more than 100 people have been convicted, including a senior BJP leader like Maya Kodbari. That is also a reality. You've given one reality, I'm giving you the other reality.
Yes, I know. Let me correct your reality partly.
Yes.
Fact number one. Yes. There are 442 convictions relating to Sikh riots. Not 1, not 10, not 20.
Not a single major Congress leader.
Number 2. Not 1 minute. Number 2. Convictions are based on evidence.
Yes.
Now, several political careers of congressmen, and I don't want to name them, dead, deceased or living, have suffered severe adverse political consequences. Yes, courts are going on in some cases, you can't short circuit that procedure. I have no problem with Mr. Phoolka, whom I respect his ardor and his spirit in prosecuting. He'll have to live or die by the process of law. But the point is, A, 442 convictions, B, several political careers have gone to the graveyard, and C, in Mr. Modi's case, there was a clear attempt to refuse in the slightest manner ever to express regret, much less apology. You had an attempt by the Congress to come to terms with this. What has happened is reprehensible. But look to the future. What have we done?
Hold on.
President of the party.
Mr. Phoolka wants to respond. Mr. Phoolka wants to respond to you. Yes, Mr. Phoolka, you want to respond?
First of all, Singhvi ji, the figure which you are giving is not a correct figure, number one. Now, number two, as far as the murder cases are concerned, according to official figure in Delhi alone, 2,733 Sikhs were killed and only 28 persons are convicted for till now. Now, say, Dr. Saab, giving a justification of Gujarat is no ground that you don't take action in Delhi. Now, I have this report of Nanavati Commission. Nanavati Commission says 587 FIRs were registered, 241 were closed by the police without even sending them for trial. In Gujarat, a similar thing happened. SIT was appointed, they reinvestigated and then reopened those cases. Why? Why you are not doing it in Delhi? Now I request Dr. Singhvi, you are a very reasonable person. Tomorrow, the CM of Delhi is meeting Lieutenant Governor for appointment of SIT in Delhi. The Congress should openly support it. Why not reopen these cases and at least remove this black spot on the history of the country? Let some people at least go to the jail. Because
you're saying like in Gujarat that in the Delhi riots also there should be a reopening of cases and there should be an SIT. These are the issues. These are the issues Rahul Gandhi could have addressed instead of virtually suggesting that there was no need to apologize. That there was, that you're saying the Prime Minister has apologized. Point taken. Prime Minister did apologize in 2005. Congress President has apologized for Operation Blue Star and expressed anguish. But Rahul Gandhi himself. Do you concede that maybe could have made the point that Mr. Phoolka is saying let's reopen the cases, let's reinvestigate. Even if there are congressmen involved, they should be prosecuted. 30 years later, not a single congressman gets prosecuted, Dr. Singhvi.
Rajdeep, now please.
Yes.
First of all, I don't want to be faulted on figures.
Yes.
I have here written note about 442 convictions. I think the difference between Mr. Phoolka and me must be on the ground that they may not be murder convictions. They may not be murder convictions.
Yes, sir, but 3,000 people died. 3,000 people died. It should be murder conviction.
Please. Now, certainly, nobody is suggesting, let me make it clear on television, the moment you find the slightest evidence of guilt, the Congress will not shield or protect anyone. But, law requires evidence. If there is no evidence, or if the courts are taking long, how you blame the Congress? For at least 10 or at least 8 of these years, Rajdeep, there were non-Congress governments. Mr. Phoolka knows it very well. Did they obtain a single conviction? Whether Mr. Phoolka likes it or not, and we are not commenting on the merits, there is a reinvestigation order against Mr. Titler. Earlier he has not been held complicit. Now there is a protest petition, there is a second protest that will go by its own.
Sir, this is not because of the state. This is because of
leader.
Sir, this is because of activists like
you hang him.
Sir, this is because of activists like Mr. Phoolka. It's not as if the state has cooperated in trying to prosecute the guilty.
No,
that's the worry.
I'm sorry. State has cooperated fully.
No,
but
sir.
The problem is that always the evidence is not for
Two times the court has rejected.
Not had political benefit for the last 7 decades.
Doctor, 2 times the court has rejected the clean chit given to Jagdish Titler. Now that is one issue.
Correct.
Now, Dr. Saab, why you are evading this question of this 241 FIRs which are evading it? In Gujarat they were reopened. Why not in Delhi? That is the answer which you need to give to take. Why Congress? If Congress has nothing to do not want to shield the guilty, why you do not want? Some of the witnesses are still alive.
100% clear. There is no question of shielding the guilty. There is no
yes, then appoint SIT. Appoint SIT. At least some of the witnesses are still alive. After 5 years, they may not be.
Gujarat. When matters are sub judice, certainly you are entitled to ask.
No, there is no question sub judice. These matters are closed. Dr. Singhvi, eminent lawyer of your stature saying the matter which is closed as untraced as sub judice. What sub judice in that is?
No, court. You can have a court-monitored SIT.
What court SIT? Why court-monitored SIT? Government should appoint. But why court-monitored in Gujarat? Because the government did not appoint. Therefore, the Supreme Court had to appoint. We are not asking court-monitor. The government appoint. We are happy with that. You must welcome this decision.
Before I widen this thing, Dr. Singhvi, why not give a commitment? Why doesn't the Congress say we are ready to appoint a SIT? If Arvind Kejriwal asks it from the Lieutenant Governor tomorrow, you will support it. That will increase your bona fides. Otherwise, people will question it.
Yes. In case, let me tell you very clearly.
Yes.
In case there is no double jeopardy issue, no legal sub judice issue,
yes,
the Congress will in no form be an obstacle to the reinvestigation of a case if permissible in law or if ordered by the appropriate administrative authority.
Dr. Saab, you know it when the case is closed and untouched, there is no question of double jeopardy.
Can I?
There is no question of double jeopardy when the case is closed and untouched.
Okay.
No,
hold on.
This is between the state government and the governor. We are not at all objecting to it. If it happens in
not objecting. That's why I'm happy. I'm glad that Dr. Singhvi said we are not objecting and we will support. I'm glad that Dr. Singhvi has taken a very high moral stand.
Okay, we've at least got Dr. Singhvi to say that we are ready to look at the case and that we will not object if there is a reinvestigation order. Dr. Singhvi, that's a step forward.
But in accordance with law, yes.
Yes, but I just want to get the viewpoint before I move further from two people who were there in 84, who in their own way had a critical role to play. Ved Marwa, would you concede that at the moment the Congress
is asking me?
So.
Half a second, Rajdeep.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
All this you have asked me, I've tried to say what I say as frankly as possible.
Yes.
At least, and there are no comparisons between pogroms or events like this, tragic events.
Yes.
At least a person who has refused to apologize, who's walked out of TV programs, who has expressed no regret.
Yes.
Nobody asked this question. This question is answered.
I will ask these questions to Seshadri Chari. I will ask these questions. Don't worry. This program, Seshadri Chari of the BJP is there. I will ask the question. You've raised a valid point. But first, can I just get a clarity from the two people who are on the ground about 84? Ved Marwa, you first. You were police commissioner soon after 84. Did the centre fail in 84? And was the police part of the failure? Can Dr. Singhvi or any congressman today say, or can a Rahul Gandhi come and brazenly say that the centre tried to stop the riots? Is he right in saying that the centre tried its best to control the riots? Or did everything it could to control the riots, to use the exact word?
You know, I was the first inquiry officer to inquire the role of the police. And I had, while my report was not allowed to be completed, I was asked to stop the inquiry 3 months after I started. You know, the main thing is that I'm afraid I'm getting the echo back in my voice.
Yes. Go ahead. Just tell me, do you believe Rahul Gandhi is right? I just want a quick short answer first from you. Is Rahul Gandhi right to say that the center of Rajiv Gandhi's government did everything to stop the riots? Yes or no?
absolutely no, because the fact remains that for 3 days the Delhi police was absent from the most affected parts of the city.
Okay. So
there was no...
You're making a very categorical statement. Absolutely not. For 3 days, the Delhi police was absent from the critical parts of the city. Sanjay Suri, you were there as a reporter. Can Rahul Gandhi justifiably say that the government of the day of Rajiv Gandhi did everything to stop the 84 riots? Yes or no?
Well, never mind what Rahul Gandhi says. I can tell you what I saw, Rajdeep.
Yes.
I saw no police around.
You saw no police?
I saw no police around.
We're talking of November 1st, November 2nd as well.
I took my scooter out on November the 1st. I headed out.
Yes.
There was no information from the police. My only guide to where I should go was to look at the sky and see columns of smoke. I went to Vasant Vihar, the Guru Harkishan Public School had been torched, it had been ransacked. There were mobs on the street, there were no police around. I went to the police station and that's where the police were. And this was a pattern that repeated all 3 days. Mr. Ved Maharu is right, as of course he would be. And
so from the 31st night to the 2nd of November 1984, while you were reporting, police was not there in critical areas where the violence was taking place.
If they were there, they were present as witnesses, as spectators. There was no police action I saw. Even when there was a strong police force in the presence of rioters, they did nothing. I saw a senior police officer duck as the rioters advanced rather than take action.
Did you see Congress leaders or local Congress workers or any party workers also on the street leading mobs?
Several places.
Several places.
Several places in Sultanpuri. It was the local Congress people. In fact, we went to speak to some Sikhs who had been in hiding there. They were desperate for help. On the way back, we were attacked. These workers, they attacked us and they tried to stop us leaving. We had to just force our way out of this place.
And these were Congress workers, Congress leaders?
These were Congress workers from that area, as was confirmed by the police in subsequent visits. In Karol Bagh police station, the Congress MP came and was abusing the police for taking action.
Who was this? Dharamdas Shastri?
Dharamdas Shastri. Yes, I was a witness. I was at that police station when he came and was abusing the police officers for having arrested Congress workers.
Did you make this evidence available publicly before the various commissions? And despite that, nothing happened all these years.
The commissions, the commissions were a joke.
The commissions were a joke.
The Mishra Commission, when I gave evidence, I was asked two questions. First, produce an independent witness to confirm to us that you were there. I said, if I go with somebody, he won't be independent anyway. Where does the reporter go with independent witnesses in tow? Second, produce a logbook from your office to prove that you were at this point at this time. I could produce neither naturally, therefore my affidavit was disregarded. This was supposed justice.
You know, Dr. Singhvi, before I come to Seshadri Chari, and I promise you come to him, I just want to know, I want to focus on 84 riots since Rahul Gandhi claims the center did everything to stop the riots. Here you have Sanjay Suri, the brave journalist who reported those riots, Ved Marwa, one of the best police officers this country has seen, saying that the police was not present. Now let's be clear, Dr. Singhvi. Should Rahul Gandhi be saying that the government did everything to stop the riots when the truth is very different? Why tell a lie? He could have done what the Prime Minister did and apologized and said it's a shame what happened. Why not just say that?
Rajdeep, 2 or 3 things.
Yes.
First of all, may I respectfully and gently suggest that Rahul Gandhi's interview was on 10, 20 themes.
Yes.
One of the themes was the Sikh riots. Please don't reduce his entire interview to only one point.
No, because it's a lie. Because he has told a lie. He has lied to the country.
1 minute. I don't think that's correct at all. Mr. Rahul Gandhi was neither accompanying Mr. Sanjay Suri, nor was he privy to the conversation I've just heard on television. What Mr. Suri is saying is a very serious thing, and certainly requires the full credence and the full might of authority to look into it. I only wish that Mr. Suri, certainly these commissions may not have done him justice, but all that he would have required should have been to file as a prosecution witness in a
Dr. Singhvi, you know what has happened. Ranganath Mishra, who was the head of that commission, became an MP of the Congress in the Rajya Sabha. That is the sad reality of 84, sir.
1 minute. Forget the commissions. They have no power to punish criminally. Mr. Suri saw crime being committed.
Yes.
It was his obligation, and it is still even today.
Right.
He's entitled to be a person who's a citizen, and I would certainly support him if that procedure starts.
So 30 years later, is it the duty of the police? He gave his affidavit before Mishra Commission. The police had all those affidavits. I mean, you totally absolve the police. It is the duty of the police to go to the witness. It is the duty of a citizen to go to the police. What kind of a justice are we trying to preach in our country?
It is, of course, the duty.
Sir,
but today we
that is the reason, Dr. Saab, that is the reason we are asking SIT today. That is the it totally justifies the SIT. That is the reason we are asking for the SIT today. Reopen these cases and re-examine these.
Yes, I just want, Mr. Suri wants to make a comment and then I'll go to Seshadri Chari. Yes, Mr. Suri, I'm not going to let you go, Dr. Singhvi, on this one, but yes, Sanjay.
Quite apart from the fact, Rajiv, that it's 30 years on that Congress is talking about this sudden reawoken urgency to investigate a remark being made. As Mr. Phoolka says, this was said submitted in an affidavit to the Mishra Commission. I came down to submit an affidavit to Nanavati Commission. All this information is there. The information is in the Ved Marwa committee report. Mr. Marwa is with us. Tragically, that was aborted, and that was aborted by the Congress government.
Before I go to Seshadri Chari, I just want a confession from you today. That the fact is that the Congress government failed in 84 of Rajiv Gandhi. Whether the police, no police force, sir, would not act unless they were under some kind of instructions. Let's be very clear, sir. If the police force wanted, it could have stopped 84. Why not concede that, Dr. Singhvi? 30 years have passed. It would be nice to have honesty and openness of the kind that Rahul Gandhi talks of. Rahul Gandhi talks of openness and honesty. He should be open and honest about 84.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi has already himself said that certainly a large number of people, including congressmen, would be involved.
Yes.
And certainly there was a failure of sections of the state machinery.
Yes.
There is no hesitation in saying that.
Yes.
But you want to say that Mr. X was guilty, Mr. Y was guilty. Unfortunately or fortunately, unless they have been convicted or at least charge sheeted, I can't say it. It's as simple as that.
So almost 3,000 people die. Almost 3,000 people die, and 30 years later we are waiting for evidence. And
I am saying that there is a failure of the police machinery that is obvious from the reports, including Mr. Marwa Commission report.
Yes.
I am saying so. I am even going to the extent of saying that congressmen certainly have been involved at some level. But to suggest that Mr. X, take the name of Mr. X is guilty, how can you do that?
It's taken you 30 years to accept that congressmen at certain level have been involved. 30 years.
Not at all. Not at all.
Mr.
Dharandas Shastri, Mr. H.K.L. Bhagat, 1 minute. Dharandas Shastri, H.K.L. Bhagat, Sajjan Kumar, Jagdish Kaitner, and many more names I can take have suffered severe political consequences. Prime Minister apologized in 2005, Congress President in 1999. That's not now.
And
15 years ago.
I take it, and Rahul Gandhi then Rahul Gandhi should not have said that the center did everything to stop the riots. That's the limited point I'm making.
By doing that,
he is not revealing the truth. He is being economical with the truth.
I will just read 2 lines from Mishra Commission report.
1 minute, Phoolka ji, 1 minute. Phoolka ji, 1 minute.
Please.
You are all making allegations against the Congress failure to admit.
Yes.
Why is there
I'll come to you, Mr. Chari.
In the 8 years of non-Congress BJP governments, why is there not a single conviction? Please answer that. The Congress is not in power for 6 or 8 years in between.
You want to respond to that? You want to respond to that?
How can I catch you?
Mr. Chari will respond to that, but I'll respond to this one.
Okay, then
2 lines, just 2 lines from Mishra Commission report. Mishra Commission, who didn't do anything at all, but still this observation is important. If the army had been called in the morning of November 184, and by then about 5,000 army people were at Delhi, the position would have certainly not been as bad as it turned out to be. 5,000 army jawans divided into columns and moving into the streets properly armed would have been brought about death of at least 2,000 people. That they could have saved 2,000 people from being killed.
I think you've made a very strong...
Commission has said so.
I think you've made an extremely strong point, but I want to come to you, Seshadri Chari, because while today the focus will be on the Congress and 84, I want to give you another fact. The fact is, Rahul Gandhi is right. He was 12 years old when 84 happened. He was not in public life. By contrast, sir, the fact is that Narendra Modi was the Chief Minister of Gujarat when 2002 happened. So if the primary responsibility, as we are saying on this program, rests with the Congress government of Rajiv Gandhi, will you accept that the primary failure in 2002 rests with Narendra Modi? Let's also call, let's call a spade tonight. If 84 is Rajiv Gandhi and we are saying that on this program, will you also candidly accept that your government of 2002 failed? 1,000 citizens do not die without some element of either complicity or incompetence of the state government.
No, I don't agree with it. But before that, I wanted to give you some more facts.
Yes.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi did not say congressmen were certainly involved. He said probably.
Yes.
I am sure there is a difference in the meaning of the word certainly and probably.
Yes.
So he has not accepted that the Congress people were certainly involved. Let us be very clear on that. Let not your channel propagate something which has not been said by him in that particular interview. Number one, this is what happens when you start spending 500 crores of rupees on a person without doing homework. Mr. Singhvi should remember that. And as far as the apology part of it is concerned,
please answer my question.
I'll come to it. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi said was,
yes,
I can understand the pain.
Yes.
No use recalling what we have lost. This is not apology. Let us be very clear on that. Number two. Number three. As far as the police action in Gujarat is concerned, 70,000 men were put on duty immediately after 2 hours. And 25,204 out of 25,486 accused were arrested. And on May 2005, these are all reports from the reports, notes from the reports. On May 2005, 19,200 Hindus and 7,799, totaling to 26,999 people were rounded up. Even on the day of that incident, even on the day of that incident, 816 people were rounded up.
Just as I give
army was called within 12 hours.
I want to also give you facts.
Listen.
It required an SIT.
I have to say the army was called within 12 hours.
Supreme Court for prosecutions to take place in Gujarat. Let's be clear.
And let me end with this.
Even if the army was appointed, the people were killed. The citizens were killed.
Even after SIT question,
the people are killed. You can't deny that.
There were Hindus who were killed, Muslims who were killed, many people were killed. More than 300 people were killed by the police firing. This does not mean that the police did not do anything.
Very quickly.
One by one. Do you think the police did not do anything? How did the people get killed?
Mr. Chari, Dr. Singhvi has a question for you. Dr. Singhvi,
how did it stop?
Mr. Chari, just a minute.
I have 2 or 3.
No, it's not the question of Dr. Singhvi going ahead. Rajdeep, you have to make a very clear difference in what has happened in 2002 and what has happened in 1994.
Yes. I tell the difference.
These are very different things.
Rajdeep.
Yes,
question number 1.
Yes.
He's absolutely right.
Yes.
Mr. Chari is absolutely right. They are very different things.
Yes.
Number 1 difference.
Yes.
Mr. Modi has expressed neither contrition, anguish nor apology.
Yes.
Difference number 2.
He has. Please be correct. Don't dish out anything that is not correct. Mr. Abhishek
the only time he expressed,
Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, one by one, you cannot get away. I am very sorry. I will not allow you to speak any further because what you are saying is a blatant lie.
No.
What you are saying is a blatant lie.
I will let you respond. Let him speak and I'll let you respond.
Let me repeat.
Yes.
Let me repeat.
No, Rajdeep, they have spoken enough.
Mr. Modi, please.
Yes.
Mr. Modi has never apologized, expressed anguish or regret. Number 2, he walked out of Karan Thapar's interview and asked the question. Number 3,
sir, he has expressed anguish.
An apology.
Sir, he has expressed anguish.
No, the closest, 1 minute, the closest to an anguish is when he gave the very felicitous analogy of a puppy, which is hardly an apology or a manner of expressing anguish. Number 4.
Yes.
The Ram Sevaks were butchered.
Yes.
On day X.
Yes.
For 3 days thereafter, why did Mr. Modi allow, contrary to the collector's report, the bodies to be carried to Ahmedabad instead of Godhra?
How different is that from 84? How different is that from 84 and not allowing the police to function in the violent prone areas? There is no difference. No difference.
The Godhra riot started after 3 days, please. The Godhra riot started after 3 days. because of the provocation created by the
Mr. Abhishek Manu Singvi, please correct your facts. Godhra riots stopped within 2.5 days.
84 riots started the same day. Yes, 2.5 days.
No,
Sikh riots
the most important element in this, I tell you.
He allowed the bodies to be carried to Ahmedabad. He allowed the postmortem, he handed the bodies to the VHP, and thereafter Godhra riots started.
No, the bodies were handed over to the victims' households.
He created a provocative atmosphere.
No, he did not create any provocation.
3.5 days.
No, he did not create any provocation. Sorry, you are absolutely wrong on your facts, Mr. Abhishek Manu Singvi.
The politicians will.
You are wrong on your facts.
Hold on. While the politicians.
Let me, Rajdeep Sardesai. Rajdeep, please give me half a minute.
Yeah, half a minute. I want to go to Hartosh. Yes.
I have to add an important point in this.
Yes.
I have to add an important point to all these things.
Yes.
You just pan across to December 1984.
Yes.
In December 1984, during the elections,
yes,
Congress party published a pamphlet,
yes,
an advertisement for their elections,
yes,
in which they said,
yes,
will you trust your taxi driver? And the taxi driver's photograph was that of a Sardarji. This speaks volumes for what they did in 84.
There was also of course the famous slogan which Arun Jaitley today quotes, and he's not wrong, "Khoon ka badla khoon," which was supposed to be a slogan which was there in those days. There were similar slogans, I can tell you, Mr. Chari, also in Gujarat, which was used by VHP activists, particularly on the street. We will discuss those. Yes, that is the truth. The truth is both of you are being economical with the truth.
Give me. No.
There were, sir.
Give me a proof of it. Otherwise, don't speak out.
Now you are saying like Sanjay Suri, sir.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Sir, you are saying like Sanjay Suri that I have to provide proof that what I have seen. My car was attacked and I was attacked,
yes,
and I was asked to show,
I can give you proof.
to prove the religion that I belong to. I don't want to make this personal.
I'll send a copy of that poster. I'll send a copy of that poster to your studio tomorrow.
Sir, just a minute. Hartosh Singh Bal, I just want to take a bit of a breather, because you've written a fine article today, a strong article in First Post, where you say the reason that Rahul Gandhi was lying on 84, you believe, is to protect the family legacy. What is it that or the party reputation, what would you have liked to hear him say, Hartosh, on 84 that would have convinced you that Rahul was being honest with the past?
Look, Rajdeep, clearly, you cannot use duplicitous standards. If Modi's administration, and it certainly did not act promptly, in fact, I would say both the Rajiv Gandhi and the Modi administrations were complicit in the violence that took place.
Yes.
It is disgraceful to see the two major political parties of this country arguing over whether your program was worse than mine. What Rahul Gandhi needed was to face up to the fact that congressmen were directly responsible. People like Sanjay Suri saw them, witnessed this happen. The police did not just stay away. The police actively was participating in disarming Sikhs where murders took place. All this is documented.
Yes.
This couldn't have happened without political complicity.
Yes.
And more than that, this claim by Mr. Singvi that important Congress politicians suffered. What kind of suffering? That Mr. Jagdish Tytler, when he was made to suffer, is made the state in charge of Bihar Congress. Is that a punishment posting? Look at Mr. Tytler's course as a politician. Ask Sanjay Suri what he saw at Rakabganj, where Kamal Nath and Gautam Kaul were both there, and 2 Sikhs were burned to death and not taken to hospital as they lay there dying with their wounds. In 2004, Kamal Nath says he cannot remember what happened there because so much time has passed. Why did so much time pass? Who allowed so much time to pass? If we are saying Narendra Modi is a prime ministerial candidate, what is Kamal Nath today? Who but Rahul Gandhi can face up to these facts?
What would you have liked Rahul Gandhi to say? You would have liked Rahul Gandhi to accept. You would have liked Rahul Gandhi to accept the fact that you believe that 84 was a failure of the Congress government, and you would have liked him to apologize and say that I will hold my congressmen who are involved even 30 years later accountable for it. That's what you would have liked him to say?
Absolutely. If you have to address these questions with honesty, that is the very minimum that Rahul Gandhi will have to say.
And you believe he was trying to protect his father's legacy.
Should stop banning
and you believe he was trying to protect
each other.
And you believe he was trying to protect his father Rajiv's legacy.
Absolutely.
You know, Dr. Singhvi, I'm going to give you that word on that. I come back to it. Rahul Gandhi talks of transparency, talks of openness. Part of openness is to confront the demons of the past. This is one of the big demons, a permanent blot as we are calling it on the Congress. Confront it. Why run away from it? Confront it and accept that it wasn't that the centre had no role to play, but that the centre failed.
How on earth does one have truth and reconciliation on an issue without saying, as I've said repeatedly for the whole evening today in several other programs and yours, and for the last 10-15 years Congress is saying that. It was a terrible blot. It is indefensible. We are not justifying or defending it. We are apologizing. We are deeply anguished. All of that we have said repeatedly. Now we can't turn the time clock back. We have also destroyed the political career of many people who could not be perhaps legally punished. Their political careers have suffered. 442 people have been convicted, maybe not of murder. More will be convicted if people like Mr. Sanjay Suri and Mr. Hartosh Singh Bal were to capture this as evidence. You cannot.
30 years later, this evidence, sir, you know as a lawyer.
Somebody need to come to them. Evidence is still there. Somebody need to come to them.
Even Mr. No, certainly they do. But that has to be happen according to law. How can I say today that because of a program, I hear Mr. Bal taking a name, I hear Mr. Sanjay Suri taking a name, you should catch them and put them in jail. It can't happen like that.
Mr. Chari,
what can Congress say? Has the BJP said 1/10 of this?
Mr. Chari, respond to that.
Has they said 1/10 of this?
Abhishek Manu Singhvi is saying, have you said 1/10 of what he has said in terms of accepting some element of culpability for 84 in the context of 2002? Your senior minister Mahab Yadnani was convicted. Now, let's be clear about it, Mr. Chari. Surely it would help if all political parties confronted the demons of the past. Mr. Singhvi has to confront the demons of 84. You have to confront the demons of 2002.
Rajdeep, if Mr. Singhvi wants the country as a whole to forget 1994 and move ahead, we are saying the same thing, forget 2002 and move ahead. We have moved ahead in Gujarat. He is refusing to move ahead in Gujarat, and he has seen the result of what is happening in Gujarat. But please permit me to say, in spite of all the pontification that the Congress party has done so far and even today, I am just repeating the words of Mr. Jagdish Titler which he has made today in one of the channels, if I am not mistaken. I think in your channel he has made the statement, there is no FIR against me, there is no inquiry against me, Nanavati Commission has not indicted me, and there is no case against me till today. This is what Mr. Jagdish Titler has said today.
Okay, that's the sad reality of what has happened. But I want Ved Marwa and Mr. Phoolka and Sanjay Suri, who are involved in seeing what happened in 84, to have the final word. Starting with you, Mr. Marwa, what would you like to tell our politicians, the Abhishek Singhvis, the Seshadri Charis, before he takes our leave? What would you like to tell them?
First I would like to make the clarification that I was not allowed to complete the inquiry. My inquiry was aborted. And Mishra Commission was appointed. Secondly, the fact remains that even after all these years, the guilty police officers have not been punished. On one excuse or the other, the disciplinary proceedings against them were either not started, or if started, they were not allowed to complete. Because all these various inquiries stood in the way.
So you're saying that none of the real guilty police officers or politicians have been convicted. Mr. Phoolka, I know you've joined the Aam Aadmi Party now. Do you believe that the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi, it is incumbent on them to reopen these cases, to order an SIT?
That is right. Arvind Kejriwal sat on a fast on this. I have written a letter to him last week that you sat on a fast, now you should impress upon the Lieutenant Governor to appoint this SIT. It is.
You believe that if the cases are reopened, justice is still possible?
Justice is still possible. And my request to Mr. Chari is also that the BJP should fully support it, because this is the BJP's agenda also to punish the guilty.
Yes.
They should fully support it. And the BJP and the Akali Dal on another TV channel, I told the Akali MPs that if the Arvind Kejriwal can go and sleep on the road, why can't the Akali MPs can go and sleep on the road for appointment of SIT?
Okay,
they should do that.
Point taken. That you need maybe a dharna, unfortunately, in our present day politics to wake up our politicians to that. Sanjay,
but I'm glad Dr. Singhvi accepted it. They are ready.
Okay,
then let's all appoint it.
Okay, let's appoint it. I'm going to give you the final word, Sanjay Suri. It's almost as if the ghosts of the past keep recurring. The latest one has come because Rahul says that the centre had no role in 84, unlike in Gujarat, where he claims that the state government abetted in the riots. Your sense, what would you like to tell the politicians? Do you fear it's a zero-sum game every time we go between 84 and 2002? And are you willing, if an SIT is appointed, to come and depose and tell them what you told us today on this program?
I came and gave evidence earlier. I will do it again. But it's a pity and a shame that 30 years later we are having this argument, this discussion, that instead of showing action then, the Congress spokesperson is showing us adjectives now. What does this mean for those who died, for the families of those who died? Even they would have died over these 30 years. And this argument that, there is no evidence, you have to accept evidence. There are two ways of doing it. The police do take a lot of action on information that is credible. There was the Maintenance of Internal Security Act, MISA. These extrajudicial provisions used for these people if the police had information, as they do.
Well, the bottom line at the end of the day, it may be time sometimes to reopen those ghosts, the demons of the past, and confront them. Unfortunately, Rahul Gandhi did not quite do that. He seemed to be economical with the truth when it came to 1984. Appreciate all my panelists joining us on our talking point tonight. Editor's take, where do we stand? The fact is, around 3,000 Sikhs died in the 1984 pogrom. The deaths of innocents in such targeted violence cannot but be evidence of the failure of the Indian state and the Congress government led by Rajiv Gandhi at the time. Indeed, be it Delhi 1984 or Gujarat 2002, no riot takes place without either the complicity or the incompetence of the state showing up. Instead of admitting as much, Rahul Gandhi has attempted to save his party's reputation. The BJP too has been similarly guilty in the context of Gujarat 2002. This is not only a question of apologies. Real penance demands accountability. If almost 30 years after the anti-Sikh riots, just 28 people have been convicted for murder, then something is very seriously wrong. Rather than living in denial, Mr. Gandhi would do well to face up to this grim reality. Let's take a break at this point. When we return, we'll turn to our other big story tonight. The Supreme Court rejects the review petitions that challenge its earlier order.